Part 1. The Inventor and the Journey Through Time. Before we begin tonight's journey, let's take a moment together to find stillness. Take a slow, deep breath in. Feel the cool air softly filling your lungs. Hold gently for a moment, and slowly release, feeling the day's tensions quietly fading away. Once again, breathe slowly in, peaceful and calm, and slowly out, releasing any lingering thoughts, gently drifting into tranquility. Now, let your breathing find its natural rhythm, effortless and calm, and allow your imagination to drift gently back through time to a quiet evening in Victorian London, in a cozy, comfortable house nestled in Richmond. It was a warm and pleasant evening. The soft, golden glow of gas lamps gently filled my drawing room, casting flickering shadows across the walls lined with shelves full of beloved books. The faint scent of polished mahogany lingered pleasantly in the air, mixing with the comforting aroma of fresh tea and leather-bound volumes. A small fire crackled quietly in the hearth, its warmth spreading slowly through the room, making the atmosphere feel safe and inviting. Outside, the faint, distant sound of carriages rolling smoothly across cobbled streets provided a rhythmic backdrop, reminding me gently of the world moving onward, quietly outside my door. I sat comfortably in my favorite armchair, feeling a sense of peaceful anticipation. Tonight was special, a night I had long awaited. My dear friends, men of science and thoughtful curiosity, were due to arrive shortly. They had often gathered here, listening patiently as I described my experiments, my dreams, my theories about the mysterious nature of time itself. You see, I have long pondered time, not merely as clocks ticking gently, marking hours passing by, but as a dimension we might quietly explore, just as we do the world around us. I have imagined moving freely, effortlessly through centuries, witnessing gently, silently, the unfolding story of humankind. Tonight, I plan to share with my friends something truly remarkable. My creation, a machine unlike anything seen before, an invention born from long nights of quiet study and careful labor, a machine designed to journey through the endless corridors of time itself. I rose from my chair slowly, calmly, feeling both excitement and a gentle, lingering uncertainty. Could they possibly believe what I was about to reveal? Would they share my quiet wonder, my fascination? Outside, I heard the first carriage arriving, the gentle, rhythmic sound of hooves softly echoing on the cobblestones. Voices murmured quietly, pleasantly, growing nearer. With a calm breath, I prepared myself, smiling gently. The evening was just beginning, and it held endless possibilities. And so, dear listener, relax deeply now, as together we journey quietly forward into this extraordinary tale of curiosity, discovery, and gentle wonder. Presenting the time machine. I opened the drawing room door and welcomed my friends warmly. They entered quietly, shaking off their coats and hats, speaking softly among themselves with pleasant familiarity. Soon, we gathered around the fire, each man settling comfortably into his chosen seat, ready for our evening discussion to begin. I could sense their curiosity tonight, perhaps noticing my restrained excitement, as if they already suspected that tonight would not be an ordinary gathering. My friend, the medical man, studied me carefully, a gentle smile playing across his lips. "Come now," he said quietly, raising an eyebrow. "What is it you've been hinting at these past weeks? You seem unusually pleased with yourself this evening." I smiled back softly, enjoying the warmth of their friendship and the gentle anticipation filling the room. Well, my friends, I began slowly, deliberately. Tonight, I intend to present to you something extraordinary. The psychologist chuckled lightly, leaning back in his chair. Another theory, perhaps? He offered gently. Not merely theory, I replied calmly, meeting his amused gaze with my own quiet confidence. Something real, something tangible. There was a brief silence, filled only by the soft crackling of the fire. My words hung gently in the air, prompting my friends to exchange curious glances, their skepticism tempered by the warmth of friendship and polite interest. Without another word, I moved to the far side of the room, where heavy velvet curtains hung closed, hiding something carefully concealed behind their thick folds. My heart quickened just a little, feeling a slight, pleasant tension as I gently drew the curtains back. There, revealed in the soft golden glow of lamplight, stood my invention, the time machine itself. It was beautiful in its intricacy, crafted of polished brass and gleaming ivory, its structure delicately poised, as if waiting patiently for some secret moment to spring gracefully to life. Crystal levers and delicate dials caught the gentle firelight, shimmering softly, promising secrets beyond imagination. My friends slowly rose to their feet, their eyes wide, silent wonder clearly written upon their faces. What on earth? The medical man breathed softly, stepping closer with cautious curiosity. This, I explained gently, with careful pride, is my life's work, a machine designed not to traverse roads or oceans, but time itself. With this machine, one could explore past and future alike, moving freely through days, centuries, even millennia. There was another gentle silence. No one quite knew what to say. At last, the psychologist spoke, his voice careful, yet skeptical. Are you serious? You truly believe this remarkable invention, can carry you through time? I do, I replied quietly, confidently, without hesitation. And have you tried it? Asked the medical man slowly, his voice betraying both fascination and gentle disbelief. I paused for a moment, smiling softly, letting them savor the quiet tension of my silence. Not yet, I admitted quietly, stepping towards the machine and gently resting my hand upon its brass frame, feeling its cool smoothness beneath my fingers. But tonight, I intend to demonstrate precisely how this machine might alter our very understanding of reality. Demonstrate? Asked the psychologist, raising his eyebrows curiously. Yes, I replied calmly. For now, let me show you exactly how it operates. With slow, careful movements, I guided my friends through the elegant controls, softly explaining each crystal lever and polished dial. They listened intently, their initial skepticism gently giving way to thoughtful curiosity. As my explanation drew to a gentle close, I noticed the clock on the mantelpiece chiming quietly, a gentle reminder of time's constant, quiet march forward. And now, I said softly, with a thoughtful smile, let us discuss the possibilities. Imagine, just for tonight, that time itself is merely a path upon which we might walk freely, observing history unfolding and futures yet unknown. Imagine the wisdom we could gain, the mysteries we might solve. The firelight flickered softly across their thoughtful faces as my words lingered gently in the warm silence. Tonight, our imaginations had been quietly opened to something truly extraordinary. And yet, little did my friends know that soon I intended not merely to imagine, but to journey onward myself into the mysteries of time. My first journey. The hour grew late, My friends departed one by one, quietly murmuring their goodbyes, leaving me alone in the comforting stillness of my study. The fire had now died to gentle embers, softly glowing orange in the darkness. A solitary lamp cast a warm circle of amber light upon the intricate brass framework of the time machine. I stood for a while in quiet contemplation, gazing thoughtfully at my invention. Tonight was the night. I had waited long enough. The theories, calculations, and preparations, all were finally to be tested. Yet as I stepped closer to the machine, I felt my heartbeat quicken slightly. A gentle anticipation, a subtle thrill of uncertainty. Slowly, deliberately, I seated myself upon the padded velvet chair set within the heart of the mechanism. The upholstery felt reassuringly firm beneath me. I took a deep breath, calming the quiet flutter of nerves that had begun to rise within my chest. With careful movements, I adjusted the crystal dials and placed my hand gently upon the polished ivory lever. I paused, just for a moment, to savor the silence. Only the gentle ticking of my study clock marked the steady march of time. Now or never, I whispered softly to myself, breathing deeply. Gently, very gently, I pushed the lever forward. Instantly, the room seemed to tremble softly around me. There came a sensation like a subtle vibration, almost musical, resonating quietly through my bones. The brass and crystal frame of the machine hummed with a faint, reassuring warmth beneath my fingertips. At first, nothing else seemed different. But soon, through the window, I saw the moon begin to glide gently across the sky at impossible speed, racing silently through its phases, waxing to full brightness, then waning swiftly away. Daylight and darkness chased each other across my study walls in rapid, rhythmic succession. My breath caught slightly at the wonder of it all. I gazed outward, spellbound, as the world outside flowed by smoothly, effortlessly. Seasons gently shifting, trees blossoming brightly, then shedding leaves softly, again and again, in the quiet blink of an eye. Courage rising within me, I pressed the lever further forward. Immediately, the pace quickened. Now, years danced past me with calm ease, landscapes shifted subtly, structures rising and slowly decaying like graceful dancers performing an elegant ballet of time itself. It was mesmerizing, almost hypnotic, the serene ebb and flow of centuries softly unfolding around me. Yet strangely, I felt perfectly safe, cradled in the gentle embrace of the machine I had created. My confidence grew with every passing moment, the awe I felt tempered by calm fascination. Gradually, though, curiosity overtook wonder. What future awaited me? At what moment should I stop? When should I pause this incredible journey? These questions drifted quietly through my mind as the distant future gently drew me forward. At last, feeling that enough time had surely passed, I eased the ivory lever slowly back into position, gently, carefully. The humming vibrations faded softly. Stillness settled comfortably around me once more, punctuated only by my quiet, steady breathing. I sat motionless for a long, thoughtful moment, gathering myself, before cautiously rising from my seat. I stepped softly down from the machine, approaching the window carefully, eager yet composed. What I saw outside took my breath away, a landscape utterly transformed. My familiar garden had vanished, replaced by a gentle, rolling countryside, bathed in the perpetual softness of twilight. Peaceful silence filled the air, broken only by distant, delicate birdsong. Flowers of remarkable beauty blossomed in abundance, their fragrance drifting sweetly towards me on a cool, fresh breeze. The world I now saw was soothingly beautiful, almost dreamlike. No human movement was immediately visible, Only the quiet splendor of nature greeted my eyes. I stood gazing outward, heart quieting, my spirit deeply moved by the serene grace of this new era in which I now found myself. A quiet thrill ran softly through me, not of fear, but of calm anticipation. Slowly, calmly, I gathered myself. It was time to venture beyond the safety of my machine. It was time to see precisely where and when I had arrived. And with quiet courage in my heart, I opened the door, stepping gently into the peaceful embrace of this new world. Arrival in the distant future. I stepped slowly from the safety of the time machine into a world that was calm, beautiful, and utterly unlike anything I had ever known. Beneath my feet, the grass was soft and springy, lush with vibrant color. It felt strangely comforting, welcoming even, as if the land itself sought gently to reassure me. Above, the sky stretched endlessly in shades of gentle violet and amber, caught forever in the peaceful embrace of twilight. The air was cool and fresh, scented softly by countless blooming flowers. Taking a deep breath, I felt a quiet sense of awe settle gently upon me. No city noise, no distant rumble of industry, only the delicate whispers of nature gently murmured around me, the soft rustling of leaves in trees, and the occasional sweet trill of birds. In the distance stood elegant buildings, graceful structures of porcelain-like stone, worn gently by the passage of untold ages. Their beauty was serene, dreamlike, with arches and pillars rising gracefully, designed not for strength alone, but clearly for gentle, peaceful harmony with the surrounding landscape. Slowly, with gentle curiosity guiding my steps, I began to walk towards these distant structures. As I drew closer, I became aware of figures, small, delicate people, dressed in flowing garments of soft pastels. They moved gracefully, quietly, without hurry, speaking softly to one another in a language I did not recognize, yet whose gentle, musical tone was soothing and reassuring. They noticed my approach with quiet curiosity, but displayed no alarm, no fear. Instead, a small group gathered softly, their eyes wide and calm, gently observing my unfamiliar form. "Greetings," I said gently, trying to convey warmth and kindness with my tone and expression. They exchanged quiet, uncertain glances, then softly smiled in return, a universal language of gentle welcome that eased my heart. Encouraged by their gentle curiosity, I stepped carefully closer, studying their delicate features. Childlike innocence combined with a subtle wisdom in their calm gazes. Slowly, quietly, one of them stepped forward. She was particularly gentle, with large, luminous eyes and a shy, welcoming smile. Without words, she reached out, softly touching my hand with fingers as light as a breath of air. I smiled warmly at her gesture, my voice gentle, reassuring. "My name is not important," I murmured softly, realizing words mattered little here. "I have come from far, far away, or perhaps long, long ago." My words seemed to fascinate her, though their meaning was likely unclear. She responded only by gently tugging my sleeve, guiding me softly towards their gathering place, a structure bathed in the gentle amber twilight, its delicate arches glowing faintly in the fading daylight. Together we walked, unhurried, as more curious figures joined us along the way, softly murmuring, gently smiling. I felt my heart ease further, tension giving way to calm acceptance. These beings, whoever they were, whatever their history, were peaceful and trusting. Upon entering the building, I saw within it a communal space of calm beauty, filled with gentle fountains, softly whispering, surrounded by soft cushions of fabric, that invited restful contemplation. The atmosphere was serene, comforting. Here, it seemed, time itself slowed quietly down. My gentle guide led me to a seat, gesturing softly for me to rest. Others joined us, seating themselves gracefully nearby, quietly watching with kind, curious eyes. From a nearby table, they offered me sweet fruits, fresh and fragrant, rich and delicious. Accepting their generosity, I felt a gentle gratitude welling quietly within me. As we sat quietly together, I reflected softly on all that had transpired. My incredible journey, the centuries gently drifting behind me, this strange yet peaceful arrival in a far-off future. And though questions filled my mind, who were these gentle people? What had become of humanity? What other wonders awaited me? I felt no urgency. Instead, there was a comforting peace in simply existing, softly breathing, quietly observing. The gentle twilight outside deepened slowly into quiet darkness. One by one, the graceful beings around me rose, softly dispersing to rest. My guide, smiling gently, beckoned me to follow. She led me to a quiet chamber overlooking peaceful gardens, shimmering softly beneath starlit skies. Here, I lay down quietly upon cushions as soft as clouds, and as I gazed upward through the open arches, observing stars gently sparkling above, my mind grew calm, quiet, drifting gently towards restful sleep. Yet, even as I felt myself slowly slipping into peaceful rest, I wondered softly, calmly, what mysteries, what gentle secrets would tomorrow bring? I lay quietly beneath the gentle starlight, breathing softly, feeling the peace of this strange, serene future slowly settle around me. The night sky stretched infinitely above, stars glittering gently like distant lanterns, calm and reassuring. All around me, the world had fallen into a deep, peaceful slumber. Yet sleep eluded me for a while, as I softly reflected on all I had experienced, on my extraordinary journey through the corridors of time, the subtle hum of the machine, the swift passage of centuries, and now, the gentle calmness of this unknown world. Who were these delicate, childlike beings? From what distant corner of human history had they emerged, and what gentle wisdom might they hold? These questions lingered quietly, calmly in my mind, not urgent, simply softly curious. My thoughts drifted slowly, like leaves gently floating upon a quiet river. I remembered vividly the wonder in my friends' eyes as I'd revealed the time machine. Would they believe this journey, if ever I found a way back to share it with them? Or would they smile softly, kindly tolerating what they assumed must be merely an extraordinary dream? Yet somehow, even now, this felt far more real than any dream. The gentle touch of my new companions, the cool breeze softly whispering through the open arches, the fragrance of night-blooming flowers drifting sweetly in the air, every sensation quietly affirmed that this was no illusion, no fantasy. This was reality, however strange, however gently unfamiliar. I turned softly on my side, gazing across the gardens bathed in starlight. Tomorrow, I would gently begin my exploration, cautiously discovering more about this world and those who inhabited it. But tonight, I would simply rest, allowing my mind and body to gently recover from the astonishing journey that had brought me here. A deep, comforting calmness slowly enveloped me. I felt safe, strangely at peace, in a world that should have been completely alien. Perhaps, after all, the essence of time itself was not something to be feared or conquered, but gently accepted, softly embraced, quietly explored. And with these calming thoughts, my breathing gradually slowed, becoming deeper, restful. The distant sound of flowing water, the gentle whisper of trees, and the comforting stillness of this future world gently lulled me further towards sleep. Tomorrow would reveal more secrets, more wonders. But for now, just for this quiet, perfect moment, I allowed myself simply to be gently drifting into deep, restful sleep, quietly at peace in the endless flow of time itself.